Welcome to Module 5. I have a t-shirt on because I just got done mowing, kind of flipped my hair back, so not quite as polished today as other days, but we are going to get this done. Move a little bit fast today, so hopefully we can get in that 20-25 minute range. First of all, just wanted to show the old Gibson Stratocaster, 1968. So, yes, it's made a rare appearance out here, which safely is put in front of a fire, a priceless guitar. So, Module 5 runs from June 13th, Monday, June 13th through Sunday, June 19th. Just a couple shout outs right away. Rebecca, your mission statement, you talked about kindness and honesty and also compliments. And I think honesty is really a key part of that, because sometimes I think kids get into a situation where they might say something that wasn't accurate, like they blame something on somebody else, and then they don't know how to work themselves out of that situation. So I think that's good to have in a mission statement, and then also address that, if this happens, here's what you need to do. Here's your way to get back on track. And I think that's really helpful. So I appreciate your mission statement. Jacqueline, you had some insight into the Rita Pierson video, which I believe we all loved. It's one of my favorites. And indicating her mom left a legacy of friendships when she died. And the older I get, and having a couple of my close friends pass of cancer this year, I see more and more that the value of friendships over anything else, and taking that right to students from the start. It's not to have the big car or all of those things. It's to help out your fellow classmates, be kind, give compliments, be happy and thankful for what you have. And you also had a statement of kids don't learn from people they don't like. And I believe that's true. I listened to a superintendent once who said, this was years ago, his main concern was that when students came to school, they were happy. When they left school, they were happy. If those two things happened, everything else would fall into place. Super simplified, but actually some pretty penetrating knowledge within that statement. And I completely believe that. And from personal experience, I know, that once students, if they like you, if they find you fun, that they will move mountains for you. So, but you're right, and I think that's an important statement. Now, again, kids don't learn from people that they don't like. Natasha, first of all, happy birthday to your daughter. It's a little bit late, but not too late. You mentioned from Rita Pierson a statement where Rita said, "You were chosen," to the students. And I think that is incredibly powerful to say that. You were chosen. And whether it be for student council, whether it be for like the class, that her class was the model class, or anything. But think about that. If any of us were told that, if your administrator came up to you and said, you were chosen because you have insight and expertise in this area, how would that make you feel? To me, it would make me feel, acknowledged and energized and ready, I think, to jump in and help take on, whatever that initiative was. But I think there's so much power in those words. So let me do a couple of quick short stories. First of all, we have Napoleon Dynamite. I don't know if anybody noticed. And this is my dissertation of 177 pages, double spaced, Times New Roman 12. So coming out in hard copy very soon. I did order 3 hard copies. Crazy, I know. And then it's going to be on ProQuest pretty soon. So the very last step in submitting your dissertation at UW Madison is basically that was all emailed in ahead of time. they make you go to Bascom Hill, which is right on top, Bascom Hall, and on second floor is the grad building or the grad office, room 228. Well, I got down there this week, and everything was busy downtown because downtown Madison is being built up with skyscrapers basically. The 20-story buildings are all over the place now, and the parking ramp I went to, like, I've never had a problem in the history of going down to UW Madison ever finding a parking spot. And school's out. Like, the kids are gone. And I go down there and I cannot find a parking spot. So, you get the ticket. And it's bad news when you start ascending, like the third level, the fourth level, and then finally I found this spot, like, for a compact car, and I have an SUV, and I made it work. So, yes, crazy. Then I had to run. I had to quickly get my warrant, which is the sign sheet from all your professors, and then I had to run up to Bascom, and once I got up there, they're renovating the building. So you walk in, and it's immediately like plastic, like the movie E.T. I don't know if you've seen it. If not, good reason to see it right now. Everything is plastic. People have on the breathers. The steps are all blocked off, and I'm like, what's the deal? Like, I can find anything. So I couldn't even find a way to get to the second floor. Clock's ticking because, like, you have a scheduled 10-minute appointment. Finally, this older gentleman, like, sees me and obviously knows, because this is probably happening all the time, that I have no idea where to go. Leads me through this maze. It's like Game of Thrones. I mean, we're going through this. He knows it, and you can see this haze in the air of sawdust. This is insane. You can smell the warmly cut wood in the oldest building on campus that once already had a fire. But so he finally takes me up to second floor where this is, and literally we get within 20 feet, and he's, I'm like, am I okay from here? He's like, no, I like better take you like right there. So you're going through all of this stuff, and I got there, and it's this tiny room, and it's a table, it's a half door, not full, it's half door. You open up, there's a lady, she's in a chair, there's a chair for you, table, and a monitor. Brings up your dissertation, goes through it, looks at it, says, formatting looks good, so you're set, clicks it, boom, it's in ProQuest, you're all set. And I'm thinking this is like a big step, like they're going to sit down and ask me, how was your experience, and what might you recommend we do differently at the university? Nope, not at all. Now this lady, again, was wonderful, she was super kind, but it was the oddest experience. And then to find my way out of there reminded me much of the 1982 Dungeons and Dragons game I played on Mayan television. I finally did find my way out, and surprisingly, and I got out the same way I got in, which was remarkable. But yeah, like, I'm picking off pieces of, like, sawdust. It's like, it's almost like glitter. I mean, I'm like, come on, what's the deal with this? Shoes are covered with it. So, but anyway, yeah, just a fun experience. So, I did work Sunday. I want to make sure you got our time. I worked Sunday on this movie where I'm a creative director, and that process moves so fast. I participated via Skype, so they have the team together, and other people are doing Skype, and it's kind of it's like an auction is what it is. It runs at this incredible pace, and there's no time for questioning, really. The producer has the final say on everything. So my job is to come in and as we're developing, and I wrote all of these 8 scenes that we were working through. We didn't get through all of them that day, but I would interject and say, like, it wouldn't happen this way, or this person would be staged here, or like this. And then the producer would either say, okay, go with it, or else they say, like, veto, and then it's done. Boom, I can't bring it up again. And the guy's made, blockbuster films, so it's like, knows what he's doing. I'm hired to do my job. Weirdest thing, though, good, but so fast paced. You got to be ready for someone just to kind of stomp on you and you're like, nope. So I did actually call, excuse me, one of the writers afterwards that I've gotten to know through this process, and I call and I'm like, is this normal? Call him the next day. I'm like, because it felt really weird. He's like, no, this is the way this process works, so don't worry about it. So that was good. Went on my daughter's field trip on this past week to. I think I mentioned that last week. So kind of the week's going to run together. But we went on a field trip today to the Schlitz Audubon Preserve outside of Milwaukee, which is phenomenal. Right outside of Milwaukee. It's really a great place if you want to take a family there. Something there for everybody, and a really nice, well maintained trails, and it's not overdone at all, not commercialized. So had that as a field trip today, and tomorrow's the last day for our students. Then I am out of there for the summer. Although it's a wonderful place to work in. So I want to talk back about Module 4. Rita Pierson's, what she really gave us was a psychology lesson about the process of revealing the learner within everybody. That's what she did. And it's incredible. But imagine Rita with your students, with your school, with your family. Imagine her coming over at Thanksgiving or something like that. The power in just her insight in any contextual situation is going to be amazing. I mean, she's remarkable, and you learn you don't need all these fancy things and all of that stuff. I mean, yes, technology's great and all of it, but you can have personal devices and every kid can have an iPad, and Rita Pierson's approach brings everything to life. And just that energy and the energy that we all have. But I think what Rita shows us is a couple techniques to bring that to the surface and tap into that for kids. So on page 59 of the book, sorry, I mowed lawn tonight, and of course it's allergy season. Page 59, all children are capable of learning. I believe that. I believe we should have some expectation of rigor for all students, and again, looking for growth from baseline, even if it's a student with severe needs. If it is where that student is even able to, put their arms out, so it's easier to help, someone help them get their jacket on or something. Now that's an extreme example, but I think we always have rigor that we will expect for kids. And let's see. Talk about Bill Porter. Yeah, when you get to your Bill Porter plan, rigor is going to be a big part of that. Bill has normal intelligence, but he has cerebral palsy. Actually, I work with a couple students in the same prognosis of cerebral palsy plus normal intelligence, and but the tendency, I think, is to not give the same level of rigor that you would give for other students, and that's maybe just out of because of accommodations are giving and not wanting to overwhelm that student. But no, put the rigor out there. Make sure students have rigor. That is just a little bit ahead of them. They're reaching for it. And someone had mentioned in their mission statement, might have been Rebecca, that it's okay if you don't succeed all the time. Just keep trying, and and we'll get you there, and you'll get yourself there. We also looked at compared two schools, and looked at their models of inclusion. So, doing in good shape here. So, Module 5 spends a lot of time looking at co-teaching. And I am a big advocate of co-teaching. Co-teaching goes along with common planning time, professional learning communities. Big schedule changes might require going to some block schedule, rotating block schedule, trimesters, whatever. And schools do this. This isn't impossible. But again, it has to be thought out. You cannot have co-teaching without common planning time. And co-teaching, another part that gets lost in that is the regular education teacher and the special education teacher going to professional development together on how to co-teach. Now, the tricky part with co-teaching at this moment is when teachers are getting evaluated kind of individually on student performance through a state level, do you want to hitch your wagon to another teacher? And I've had that discussion come up a few times, and I think it's sad because I'm not sure where that will go with the state, but it becomes the performance of both teachers instead of just one teacher, in a co-teaching setting. I'm not sure I'm explaining that very well, but I think that concept is out there. There is a scavenger hunt assignment, and the scavenger hunt assignment involves talking with a teacher. Now, obviously, school's probably out unless you've had 20 to 30 snow days, which I feel very sorry for you if you did. So find somebody. If it's a teacher, that you can contact at your school, or somebody that you can talk to, Skype, email, talk on the phone. If you're currently not in the school, find someone that's a teacher, somebody else that's in class. But get creative with that. Or if you haven't been in the classroom for a while, maybe talk to a teacher at a school in your neighborhood. It's this assignment. Every once in a while, someone will come up and say, well, I'm not teaching right now, or whatever. Well, okay, you need to find somebody, or somebody that was your teacher at one time, and go back and make that connection. And the scavenger hunt will be very clear on what you're supposed to kind of look for and observe in a co-teaching environment. Co-teach, teach and assist, station, some other things. There's a rubric in the syllabus. Now, the rubric is only there as a guide to help you on what you should look for. It's not something you're going to get graded on. You're not going to get graded on that rubric. You will not see that. But the rubric is there to kind of give you an idea of what you should be looking for as you respond to that question. So, you know what? I think we're going to get done a little early today. So I would play you a song, but this thing's actually gotten really warm right now. So yes, a Gibson Stratocaster 68, and this had it's got a little bit of spider cracking, but not much. So very similar to the model that Michael J. Fox played in Back to the Future, although that was a 50s model, but Gibson didn't change them very much between the 50s and the 60s. Yeah, one of these things is pretty special to have. So yeah, I don't insure a lot of things, but that is insured. And just FYI, it's not kept at the house. It's just here momentarily. It is kept somewhere else, and actually somebody else uses it who is a much more professional with it than I am. So, but yeah, just kind of neat to look at that. So, have a wonderful week. It's warm. It's getting warm, and we're looking at the 90s again. Keep up on your posts. Anything that has a date on it, you need to respond to that. And you can look in the grade book and see what you have to do and not. Please do not post your responses as PDFs. You can, your Bill Porter plan, yes, but otherwise, that's down the road. That's an assignment. Write in the boxes. You can, and I recommend you probably write it in Word first and then paste it over in case your computer locks up or something goes goofy with Moodle. I've had that happen once in a while too. Moodle is greatly upgraded right now from what it was, so I like it, but it's different for me because it's not the format that I've been using the last few years. But yes, make sure you're putting a narrative in there and just not attaching a PDF that we have to go and open. Uh, keep keep posting. Again, it's very important that you post. Make this class yours. I know it's a busy time of year, but hey, we don't have much time. We don't have much time left. We'll get to July 1st, and then July 2nd is my mom's birthday, so we'll be done just in time. Thank you very much, and again, have a safe weekend, and hopefully after tomorrow, all of us will be out of school and able to get our summer vacation started. So, thank you.